Hello friends and enemies, welcome to or back to Happy for Now. It's me, Isabel, here with my Kindle Unlimited check-in for you. Listen, there has been so much progress, y'all. So I started the year, and I think I said this in my goals video. I've talked about it a few times now in other videos. I am not allowing myself to check anything else out from Kindle Unlimited until I've read the 20 things I currently have checked out. With a little asterisk, because I obviously can swap a book out to check out for a project video or that, but the book I swapped out has to be the book that comes back. I hope that makes sense. So far we've not had to do this because I've actually been reading the things that I've checked out, which has created like a nice little gap for me to also, again, have space to check out those maybes. So currently I have 16 Kindle Unlimited titles checked out and 17 for the maybes project that I'm just swapping as a slot. So technically I'm down to 16. The Maybes project takes a while. There's a lot of books on that list from all the maybes from last year, but still, we are in fantastic shape right now, and I truly am so excited about it. Like, I know that sounds ridiculous, but I feel so good that I only have 17 titles checked out right now, 16 of which are not for a project, and I've read like 15 books off of KU already, and we already have some picked out for this month. Like, I am making good progress, and that is all I can ask for. I know that like I could just like ignore every other thing I have going on and read all of my KU books, but that's not what we're doing. Now, the other like asterisks on this project for my current checkouts is that there are new releases coming out that I want to read. So I was allowed to check those out, which I have one of them on the list, and there's one more coming out February 3rd that I will be checking out, but I will be reading them within a month and returning them. So I think that's fair. Again, I want to read the things I want to read, but I also want to work through these. So let's discuss everything I have checked out right now. We have A Bond of Trust by Jamin Eve. This is the finale in her Shifter City series, and I'm anxious and nervous. I have quite a few series ending this year in like the beginning of the year / end of last year, and I'm just like very antsy for them to wrap up, but also like nervous about it. I don't know how else to put this, but like I have a lot of emotions around these things ending. Like, I have 3 series between the end of December and February that end. Like, they're done, and that just feels weird. So yeah, this is the finale. I have nothing to tell you yet because I haven't started it. I haven't touched it. I will be reading it soon. Then I have Daggermouth. This is by H.M. Wolf. There was a whole kerfuffle we'll talk about in Romancelandia later this month. But this author's book was involved in that situation, and I swapped out the badly behaved author for this one. I figured I'd give it a try. Then we have Whisper Waves. This is by Blake Black. This is from my try chapter, so this is the one maybe try chapter that I have checked out right now. Again, it's the one caveat. Then we have Home Ice this is by Olivia Lind. This is one that I tried a chapter of, and I kept it on the Yes TBR, so I felt like it was a good option to keep around. Then we have, this is a trans woman as our heroine, so I'm very intrigued by it, and he's a grumpy hockey player, so catnip, my book nip. Then we have One Night's Stand by Tannery Pert. It's a black rugby romance. I believe that both characters are black. I'm 99.9% sure, and I love that, and I'm very, very excited to try it. It's just a little bit long. For when I put it on my TBR, I didn't realize it was over 400 pages, and that's just like, I wanted to read a lot when I was snowed in, so that's why it stayed there. Next we have Face Off by Chelsea Courteau. This is a series I'm dying to read. I'm going to read this year. I just have book 1 checked out because I figured I need to read that before I like check them all out, right? Then we have Smoke Signals by Danielle Brooks. I'm really intrigued by this one. I love this cover. I think it's stunning. So we'll see. He's obviously a firefighter. I also have A Darkness So Sweet by Emma Hamm checked out. So I have this on KU physically and on audio. So if I read it, that would be great because it would knock 2 things off of my Read What You Own. So hopefully soon I'll get to that one. Yeah, so then we have The Artsy Girl's Guide to Mating with a Werewolf by Lola Glass. This is the second book in her Girl Guide series of werewolf books. I had a fun time with the first one, and I'm just going to slowly read through the trilogy this year, I think. I have some other books. I also have some other books by her checked out right now from Libby. So, you know, just something fun. Then I have Craving in His Blood by Zoe Draven. This is the second in her Brides of Kyler series, the alien vampire romances that I've enjoyed. So I would like to get to that. Okay, next is our Gargoyle Roundup. So I have Bound to the Shadow Prince by Ruby Dixon, and then Bound by Heart and Stone by Lauren Sinatra. I love a gargoyle, so Then we have Just Right by Sean, as well as Violent Little Thing by Sean. Both of these I really want to read soon. I actually might be reading Just Right by Sean for my challenge I do with my members, 24 and 2026, where basically they get 2 prompts a month, and this one could fit for one of the prompts. So this might be the one I read for it. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. Then I have Soul Obsession by Callista Neath. I met her at Villains and Vixens. I love this cover. I think it's beautiful. I liked it in a try chapter, so again, I would like to get to it. Then we have Pucking Strong by Emily Rath, which is one that I need to read, but I'm nervous because, and I know I have friends who are ready to like give me summaries if I need to skip a chapter, but there's dementia in this book and I'm just not sure if I'm there yet. So for now it lives on my checkouts and we'll see what happens. And then last but not least, we have Riches to Riches by Ames Mills. This is a very long book, like 500 plus pages, so I want to read it, but I also got told it ends in a cliffhanger, so I will want to be ready to read part 2 pretty quickly, so we'll see what happens, but either way, I'm excited to continue on and try more. Let's dive into everything I read, because again, there's 15 titles here, and that's wild. I'm going to speed round the Bonkers book vlog ones when we get there, but for now, let's start off with The Bookish Girl's Guide to Mating with a Werewolf. This was hilarious. This is by Lola Glass. First book in that series I talked about. And if you want a very funny, silly werewolf romance, this is a great option. They're short. They're like 100 pages. Good little quick palate cleansers, right? And because of that, I just had a blast. She reads a romance book with werewolf shifters and decides to go to this town that's rumored to have werewolf shifters. Lo and behold, of course, she runs into her fated mate over like a cucumber at the grocery store. And she gets to learn the reality of it all and that it is real, and it's really fun and silly and goofy time. Then we have He Sees You When You're Sleeping. This was an arc I got, and I ended up also checking it out on KU. Like, I think the formatting was weird. I don't remember why, but for some reason I also had it on KU. I had fun with these. I liked both of these Alta Hindley books. I think they were a silly, good, goofy time. So there's that. Then I read some of the Les the Halls series. I did not finish that series. I will finish it next holiday season. So I read Ice Queen Alpha. This is a Scrooge Omegaverse situation. It was a fun, silly time. Not the best thing I've ever read, not the worst thing I've ever read. I will be reading more from this author. I read A Witch for Solstice. This was cute and fun as well. Red Light, Green Light. This one was actually really surprisingly fun, and the biggest surprise for me of the ones I did read, I think, because this was about Santa's reindeer and how they're all girls and they compete. So I just thought that was really fun, little goofy time. And then Yuletide Fairies Curse was absolutely just okay. Ice Queen Alpha, A Witch for Solstice, and Red Light, Green Light are my favorite of the 4 I read. Those are the ones I would like prioritize if you wanted to try them next year at the holidays. Then I read Whisked Away by the Alien, a Curvy Girls Hanukkah sci-fi alien romance by, oh my god, I forgot the author. Anyways, I read this. This was a fun, silly time. This was during a 24 or a 12 and 24-ish, something like that May and I did. It was a fun time. It was a silly, goofy time. I've never read a Hanukkah alien romance before this, so I really had fun with it. This is more of a dystopian post-apocalyptic situation, but the world's not like fully crumbling. There's just a lot of different new infrastructure in place due to things. Then I read Plowed by M.L. Eliza. This was fun. This was silly. This is a continuation of the first book also. Then I read Fully Charged. This one, I think if you're looking for a good laugh while reading about an Energizer Bunny situation that comes to life, this could be a great solution for you. I don't know. I think you'll giggle. Then I read The Scent of Us by Alana Lee. Finally, the audio dropped on Hoopla and I ended up listening to it, but I also had it checked out on KU, so I kind of jumped back and forth a little bit. I did enjoy the audio. I thought it was great. I really liked this. The opening of this Omegaverse, I do want to caveat, if you try this one, is very heavy. Okay, it is intense. It is a lot. She is basically finding a way to escape from this really terrible, controlling pack that she's in, and she finds a way. And she finds a new pack, and they help her navigate that. Part 2, I think, is the old pack showing back up some, but part 1, like, you could kind of stop there, and I feel like you get an HEA. But it was really fun. I really enjoyed all of it. I thought it did a good job overall on, like, the setup, the reveals, all of it worked well, and I really liked all of our heroes in this one. Then I read Broken by Daylight by Elizabeth Helen. This is the 5th book in the Beast of the Briar series, and I loved it. I had a blast. This was like a 6-star favorite. And, well, it's like a 5, but it ends up a 6 because I love this series so much. But yeah, this was absolutely delightful. Had a great time. I cannot recommend it enough. I think this series in general, if you want a very interesting wide choose romantasy, this is a great option because I do feel like they do a good job with it. Then I read Breaking Away by Sue Kaur. This is a very fun hockey romance that kind of popped up on my radar, and I'm so happy I read it. Like, I'm so happy I read it because I can't wait to read the next one. I was just so happily surprised when it came down to it that I honestly just didn't expect it at all. So our heroine in this one is navigating being in a relationship with a guy that like doesn't respect her, but her family loves, right? And he plays for her dad's team. Her dad is the first Southeast Asian coach in hockey, right? So he has a lot of pressures. And this guy plays for that team, and they've known each other since high school and been dating since high school. So it's that, and them like devaluing her constantly, which is annoying. But the whole book is her coming into her own and finding her own value and worth and being like, wait, I'm more than they say I am, even though I did want to go to college and I'm really good at photography and I like doing photography and all these things. And our hero, Dimitri, was on the hockey team in high school. They didn't really talk a ton. He did this like really sweet thing for her at one point, and then he just kind of vanishes. And it's them meeting again and them deciding, like, she basically goes to confront him in pajamas and be like, why did you beat up my fiance on the ice and blah blah blah. And he's like, that's not what happens. And he kind of outs the fiance's like shitty behavior, and they basically like fake date, but not really. He's kind of just like, yeah, you can just come live with me, like, it's fine, I'll take care of you while you get on your feet and figure it out, so you don't have to deal with this. And it's really sweet and encouraging because she also helps him break out of his like introvert shell while he is helping her develop confidence around things, and also see like that, yeah, that ex like he didn't actually love you, it was just kind of like you were there, but basically he was cheating, but she doesn't walk in on it. But yeah, and he's just kind of groveling and all these things, and I just really liked it. I liked having a character who was insecure and unsure, but also found her footing to stand up to things that she didn't want to put up with anymore. Like, I think that's really valuable and important to see in books sometimes. So that may drive some people nuts, but it really worked for me in the setup of the world. So there's that. Next, I read A Breath of Fresh Air. This is by Allegra Hall. And this was a fantastic 90-some page novella. I cannot recommend it enough. This follows our heroine who is like early 50s and Maori, and she was a single mom. She does not know who her daughter's father is. The hero is a dad of a little girl who came from a one-night stand, and he is friendly with the mom. They don't have an interest in each other. So anyways, they meet because her daughter's wedding is happening, and they meet at the wedding, and they have this draw to each other, and he is a wolf shifter. It is their relationship slowly over like a period of time, but it worked well. Like, the pacing was perfect, even though like it's over a period of time for a novella. And it's them developing feelings and figuring out how they can, and them being together. It's them figuring out what being together looks like. And it was just really fun to read about an older couple finding their true love. I feel like that's just like not something we get a ton of, but they basically find their soulmates, like find that they're soulmates with each other. And that was just beautiful. I really loved this one. I thought it was really fun. I really want to read more from this author. I may go back and read the novel about the daughter at some point. We'll see. But yeah, it was really enjoyable. And last but not least, I read House of Omega by Roxy Collins. This was a rec from Steph over at Novelty Corner. She was like, I found an Omegaverse I like. And I was like, okay, I must try it. And I did. And I loved it. I loved this. So our heroine in this, Grace, is basically trying to escape her shitty alpha stepbrother, because her mom's dead, her stepdad died, and they have controlled her basically from the get-go. And because of that, she's like wants to get out, and she's trying to get out. And the girl who's going to marry her brother, her stepbrother, is kind of trying to help her get away. And in doing so, she ends up meeting Max, who is an Omega, and is getting courted by the people who run this big fashion brand, and they're wealthy and rich and all the fun things that like come with those things, right? Like, duh, yes please. So because of that, we get to watch the two of them, like those two fall in love, our heroine who's a beta and this Omega Max, and basically they're soulmates is pretty much what it seems to be. And you can feel that vibe like immediately in this book. It's fantastic. And yeah, it's their relationship as they end up being courted by this pack, and them all like getting her to safety and away from this really terrible situation. And it's really fun and it's really enjoyable. I devoured this book in under 24 hours. I was like, boom, 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 done, over, through it. Can I have more? And I was like, you can't check out the next one yet because you've got to finish the rest of your KU checkout. So here we are. It will be on the next roundup when I've got new checkouts for frickin' sure. So there's that. But yeah, that was the last book I read from KU, and I loved it. So, you know, I've had a good run is the good news in the last round of checkouts, and I do feel pretty confident that maybe by summer If not sooner, I might be through all of these checkouts. Ideally. We'll see. Maybe sooner. Who knows? But I would like to by summer at least, so we'll see. I would love to know what you've recently checked out or returned to KU and have been enjoying, or if you're going to check any of these out, let me know down below. If you want to do any of that, you can leave me a sunshine emoji, because I will, when you watch this video, I will have just gotten home from being warm and toasty again, and I'm gonna miss the sun, y'all. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm going to miss the sun so much when I get back, because I know it's not gonna be as warm here in Tennessee as where I was, so there's that. So you can leave me a sunshine emoji down below. I will have links to all of these books for you down there as well, links to be my friend anywhere on the internet that I am, and I will talk to y'all in just a few days. Bye!
Already packing, come with me. I'm not really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for.